Peace. Peace, 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 peace. Back in the building. That Malta, I've been thinking about Malta. Not beer, Malta. You know what this is. But anyway, we back in the building, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Tonight we're building on the wills and the trusts, estate planning, as we do, here at the Universal Temple. You know what I'm saying? And, you see that universal flag right there, so you already know, you know what I'm saying? We building on universal sciences all the time, you know what I'm saying? And, but here the Lord of hosts, Lord Messiah, we can bring the knowledge to you. That's how we do. So yeah, we back in the building. And so now we go into the what you call it? I was supposed to pull up that other will and let you see that. I'm looking for that. I don't know where the hell that's at, man. This is bugging me out. But yeah, yeah, and then after that, you want to go into the trust, right?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Right.
So, so I wanted to show you something really fast, I guess. I guess it's not right, then what I was gonna do. See, this is my email. I was saying pursuant to Arkansas Code Title 26, da 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 da. In the state or within the states, meaning the exterior limits of the state of Arkansas includes all territory with those limits owned or ceded by the United States. And then I put in these. So you're in the Social Security Act. You're saying when I put that in, I'm giving them jurisdiction.
You mentioned the Social Security Act. So, say that again. Read that again, please.
Yeah, if you look at my screen, you'll see it says I put in the Social Security Act, Title 11, 42 USC. I put the 42 USC in brackets, but I'm still mentioning Title 11, Section 1101.
Okay. Are you saying though? Are you saying it like? But are you using it in reference to verify something that you're saying, or are you just giving reference to it?
No, see, this is what I said. I said exactly what you told me not to just a minute ago. I put pursuant to Arkansas Code Title 26, subsection and 4 United States Code 110 and Title 11 of the Social Security Act. And so I referenced those.
All right. You know what? Make your reference a suffix more so than a prefix. How about that? Meaning instead of saying pursuant to, just state what you state and then say see Arkansas Code Title 26 subsection da da da. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then when you say see so and so, that's just saying like that's just giving them a reference that they could go look up. Not saying they have to or they're bound to. They could just that's you're just referring to it. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, see so and so.
But then I put what it says. I put Arkansas Code 12 in this state or in this state, and I put it out there. So I should take that out.
All right. So hold up. Let me see. How do you put it? Put Arkansas Code. Oh, that says that. Okay. So know what? So maybe just put in this state. Da 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 da. State what you state. Maybe take off the 12 in front of that, so they, saying don't have to necessarily relate to that. And then just put and like I say, just reverse the wording, reverse how you put it, and then put the cut that and paste it at the end. Put C Arkansas Code 12. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you're reversing the structure of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like you were saying earlier. Okay, and I can put that in brackets. You think so?
Yeah, right. C Arkansas Code Unit.
Okay, so just switch it around. So pretty much like everything they teach us, just kind of switch it.
Yeah, because remember how like how David Windmiller said with syntax. That's syntax right there. They say the water is under the bridge. You say the bridge is over the water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. I don't know if you know that Russell J. Gold. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah, not
He's
familiar, but
funny.
I've heard that name though.
He talks about the syntax, grammar, and uh, stuff like that. But he's funny because he talks about how he's the post marshal and people are trying to steal his title.
You talking about the guy, David Windmiller's successor, like the Indian-looking guy or whatever he is on
No,
that
he's
show?
this white guy. His name is Russell something. I don't know what his name
Because
is, but it's
I
so
got a,
funny. He reminds me of Donald Trump.
uh, I was watching recently a video from the David Windmiller's successor, the guy that like took over after David Windmiller. He's like the postmaster general of the world or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And he was telling us about the whole Bitcoin thing, how Bitcoin is about to take over. You know, the currency is about to be Bitcoin and all that, and other currencies, um, which has already been happening on the private side, but they're not ready to shock the public with that already. They're trying to let
right.
people slowly transition over into it. You know what I mean? But as far as the private world and how private commerce is being ran, it's all through Bitcoin and all that shit now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't have any of that.
Right.
I don't know if you do, but we don't have any of that. And that's
I don't have no
probably
Bitcoins, but they got a Bitcoin ATM in the hood. I'm like, who the fuck has Bitcoin? You know, I'm not saying like people don't, but I mean like on average, you know, like how many people you know? Yeah, so I'm about to go to my Bitcoin account. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a couple people go to it though and use it though. You know, some people do use Bitcoins. There's another form of currency. You know what I mean? All of
yeah.
it. But people be saying you can make money with Bitcoin though. You know what I'm saying? You can like, there's ways you can make money though. That's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? And I took time to listen to some of the stuff. You know, there's other things. What's that one? Something with an N. Oh, it's different ones. And one with an A, something with an A. There's different like systems they have too, or different currencies they have out there as well.
I don't know. I don't see we lived like so primitive. We didn't have technology or anything. So I have no idea about any of that stuff.
Yeah, and your email service, you're allowed to use that as like a third party type or third like a final service way. Because like if you get like you said, you showing them you've been mailing stuff everywhere, they're not responding, da da da. So now you're gonna do through email, and your email is proof of send. You know what I'm saying? You can show the judge all your emails. Like, look, man, I sent this to this person, that person, da da da. They're all in receipt of this information, and they have not responded. So now what you do is now all these people you've been sending this information to, now that's where the notarial protest comes in. So now you get the notary to send them these things and state like, look, man, we sent you this. You send them it like 3 times. You send them one, you send them two, and then you
Yeah.
give them an opportunity to cure. You know what I'm saying? Meaning like, yo, man, I sent you this notice, man. You ain't respond. I'm giving you another opportunity to,
Mhm.
to respond and like, clarify this matter. And then when they would deny that, then it's like, okay, now it's like it's done. You sent them 2 letters and an opportunity to cure. Now it's done. And then I think you might even send them a final one. After that, that's done.
Yeah, you
Now
send them a default.
right,
Yeah.
a default, yeah, default judgment, right. And matter of fact, I have to look at my thing. I got the whole setup for that too. I don't know if you have, but I got the whole setup for that because I've done it before. But
Yeah.
I did it myself. That's what I was doing wrong. I should have did it through a notary. I didn't know that part. You know what
Me
I mean?
too. Yeah,
When I
I've
did it
done
by
the whole
myself, it's
thing.
like I'm trying to serve them, and we're supposed to have another person serve them. No, no. Oh, excuse me. No, I'm wrong. No, I didn't serve. No, I did have. I had my friend. So and he was acting. Unbeknownst to him, he was actually acting as my custodian of records. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, yo, my man, send this off for me. You know what I'm saying? Da, da, da. But he was actually my custodian of records. You know what I'm saying? Unbeknownst to him. You know what I mean? But you know, so let me shut up and find this damn document. One. See, now this is one of them. Hold on, you can't see this, can you? Oh, you can. You can see this up here.
Nope.
Okay. Um. So yeah. So last will and testament. Last will and testament for love and Allah. Da, da, da. This is not the one. This is the one. You seen the other one I had that night with all the colors and stuff, man. This ain't the one I'm looking for. And if it is, maybe because I put it in PDF form, it probably don't have the colors in it no more. But nah, this is it. But anyway, you can see this though. It has a lot of good provisions in it though. Like okay, my powers of my executor, right? Disposition of a state, specific bequests. You know what I mean? Like who comes after? See, I leave.
I leave to Messiah Jahim Hardy, Allah L, and Michael Javel Hardy, Allah L, of Central Islip, New York,
I gotta
if they
change
shall
that.
survive me.
Of Central Islip, New York. I gotta change that.
Me, for their own use absolutely. The following. All of the executors' intellectual property including, but not limited to, all my books, written literature, poems or lyrics, and all documents transferred into Lord Messiah Allah El Irrevocable Living Trust.
Right. Because I got, you know what I mean, all my lyrics, I write rhymes, I got albums, you know what I'm saying? So like all my literature, all my rhymes, all my writings, all my documents, everything, all my intellectual property is being transferred to them. And everything I mentioned in my trust, everything is being transferred to them. Distribution of residue, that means like anything left in their trust or will is being left over to them. um, Wiped out provisions, you know what I mean? Children, guardian, or minor and dependent children. So it's like a guardianship appointment. I appoint Lord M. Allah L. of Central Islip, New York, to be the sole guardian of my minor and dependent children until the age of 21, at least 21. Um, Testamentary trust. Yeah, I got a little testamentary trust within the will. See, this is what I was telling the brother Ezel earlier, like how you can have the testamentary trust, but you can have the trust. You can mention your trust within your will more so than you mentioning your will and your trust, because you know you have what's called a pour over will, and you mention your will and your trust. You more so want to mention your trust and your will, because like I said, your will is like an infinite depository, so you can mention everything in your will, but you can't mention necessarily everything in your trust. And like I was saying also too, you can mention in your will about those 401k plans and stuff like that, and the IRAs and stuff you couldn't put in the trust in the trust. You can mention it in the will how it should be distributed and or handled or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
So this is trust administration. So the testamentary trust for the beneficiary, for the minor beneficiaries. Um, Trust administration, trust termination, general trust provisions. And see what I'm saying? Like power of trustee. Like, and you would think, like, why you got all this trust stuff in your will? Because you mentioned you could basically put the trust inside the will, and it'd still be a will. It'd be a will trust. This right here is a will trust. It's what you call a will trust right here. This is a will trust.
I see your screen.
Okay. Other other provisions, general provisions, individual omissions from bequests, meaning if there's somebody who you don't want to be, like I was thinking, my baby mom thinking shit. You know what I'm saying? My brother, she gonna be omitted from the bequest. But I said, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna leave her something. She did give birth to my children, regardless of the fucking devilishment she didn't do. But anyway, insufficient estate, no contest provisions, severability. Yeah, see, this is a bomb one too, man. This is like a ill layout too. See how that's laid out and all that? Clear, boom, 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 precise. You know, like I was saying, like King, like I said, King got an ill ass document. He got a whole lot of stuff in there. But like I said, you don't necessarily have to have all of that right now at this time, at this point in time. Do what you do. Like I said, you got all that fiat in there and da da da. You good. You got enough in there. And as you incorporate some of the this, you can put this testimony trust inside your will. You know what I'm saying? That's what you can do as well. You know what I'm saying? Make it like a will trust, like one document all in one instead of having two separate documents. One document all in one. A will trust. A living will trust. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was saying the other night about how, the estate is alive. You know what I'm saying? They want you to think like the estate is dead. Like, oh, when someone dies, then you come and take over the estate. Like, nah, man, this shit is alive now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not dead. So, I'm not looking at it. It's alive. And I'm accepting provisions to keep it alive. You know what I'm saying? Um that's why your what's called so important. Your lineage, your line of succession, you know what I'm saying?
Can I see your screen?
Yeah, 1 second. Sorry.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew that you weren't sharing it or not.
Yeah, so here's a lot of stuff that I have here in my thing here. Um, Birth certificate revised. You know. Oh, this right here for New York laws on trust law for 21st century. That's like the layout for all the trust laws, but that's like dealing on the public side though. You know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, this right here, court survival guide. Yo, this is bomb right here. Yo,
Cool.
this got like mad court strategies and how to go about. I don't know if you ever seen that one where the guy was like, okay, he actually. I mean, but the thing is though, a lot of stuff you're gonna have to put in your writing because I don't know, no judge is gonna sit here and let you go through this whole long ass line of questioning. Like, ain't no judge gonna answer all them damn questions. He be like, listen, man, I'm not here to answer your questions, okay? You know what I'm saying? But basically, it's like a way of like cornering the judge, of saying like, okay, excuse me, Your Honor, is this a civil case or a criminal case?
Yep.
This,
Everything is civil.
right. This is a civil case. Okay, since it's a civil case, then that means it's not a criminal case. That means no crime has been committed. So since no crime has been committed, I ask this case to be dismissed. Something just as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? But then if but it's a whole long line of listing, and it goes into a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's mad different strategies in it. And it's let me show you.
Okay.
This you can see this here.
Yeah.
Of course, all right. So and this is not even the full one. I think this might be a shorter version of it, but there's like more stuff too. I think I just like copied and pasted some of the good stuff from it. But I mean, it's talking about so much, man. All right, now let's go. True. All right, the flag. It breaks down the flag, your personal license, court record recorder, legal counselor, true copy or original paperwork, copies of all relevant laws that apply to your case. Um, yeah, see, like you said, like you have a copy of all the relevant laws that apply to your case. Maybe those laws, instead of mentioning them in the thing, just have a memorandum of laws at the end. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying like you're saying pursuant to da da da, just at the end, just have your memorandum of law that justifies everything that you spoke in the document. You know what I mean? And like I said, a memorandum of law is just simply a remembrance that you're reminding them of the laws. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Because everything is about mental competency, right? So they gotta understand. You know what I mean? Okay, course survival guide, pen and paper. pocket tape recorder. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I always go in there with my phone in my pocket, recording everything. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna say I said anything, or you ain't gonna try to, none of that. Representing yourself as a sovereign. See, they talk that sovereign citizen stuff in here, though. So that's one of the things I don't like about this. But it's a lot of good information here, though. Using legal counsels, the bank strategy and court, the basic strategy and court appearance. Object of the game, the judges, object, the players. You know what I'm saying? You, the judge, the prosecutor, the jury, if any, the officer, the other witnesses, if any, and your counselors, the judge, and the prosecutor are both experienced players, right? Because they're working on the same side. That's why I was mentioning about conflict of interest. Right there,
Yeah.
the judge and the prosecutor, that's a conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all on the same side, so I'm not getting no wins or no justice here. You know what I'm saying? And
It creates a monopoly
right,
because
right,
the judge in my case still has a bar card. So
right. And the judge is a banker. He's acting as a banker. He's just trying to cheat your estate. That's all
yep,
he's going to do. And the judge turns you over to the banker, or over, and how they say, "Oh, may I approach the bench?" Bench is a Latin word meaning bank. So they say, "May I approach the bank and ask for a loan or a granting from you, Your Honor?" You know what I'm saying? They want to come and rub the genie, and the genie grants their wishes. And that's why they always try to kiss ass to the judge. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
they butter him up and rub him the right way. Oh, yes, Your Honor. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I was so busy with my other client. Yes, but they try to speak all professional and all and yeah, man. Fuck all that shit. And they try to win favor of the court. You know what I'm saying? The court basically is the judge. And they try to win favor of the judge. Kissing ass and shit. But so yeah, this goes to. I'm gonna send you this. You know what I mean? It's so much stuff in here, man. It's just pages and pages of damn, just so much stuff breaking down the whole court, everything. Uh, you have the right to be informed of the nature of the cause of the crime, Sixth Amendment. You have the right to specifically reverse any and all of your rights. You have the right to remain silent, to stand mute, Fifth Amendment. You have the right to stand. You have the right to say what you want to be heard. First Amendment. You have the right to represent yourself. Pro per, not pro per, propria persona. You know what I'm saying?
Person.
Right. The judge, this legal aid tried to play me one time because right up there I said, "Yo, man, I don't need your services no more," because basically you're not saying what I told you to say, and you try to turn me over to the fucking judge. So no, I say no, I don't need the services anymore. Da da da. He's like, "Oh well, okay, Your Honor, my client wishes to represent himself pro bono." I said, "No, excuse me, I object. I do not. I'm not pro bono. I'm propria. I'm here in propria persona." You know what I'm saying? Like, get it right. Don't try to classify my status. You know what I'm saying? For me, no, I didn't say nothing about no pro bono. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to play me. Nah. Word is fine. I speak up, man. I'm not gonna let you try to play me because I know what's going on. I know what's going on. Like I just denied your counsel, and then you gonna try to still classify me. You still try to turn me over to the court jurisdiction. Oh, well, he's gonna represent himself pro bono. No, did I say anything about that? I just said I don't need your counsel, and I will state how I'm gonna present myself. I'm gonna present self. You know what I mean? Don't speak for me. I just told you I don't need your services. You still trying to speak for me? Man, be quiet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I will speak for self. You have the right, like I just said, you have the right to object to any statement by the judge and or prosecutor. You have the right to recluse, dismiss the judge. You have the right to call witnesses to assist your defense, Sixth Amendment. You have the right to have legal counsel for your defense, Sixth Amendment. You have the right to conduct your defense pro per, I would say, appropriate persona. I mean, free from the professional restrictions imposed upon licensed attorneys. No such thing as a licensed attorney. And then the judge kept trying to tell me, "Oh, see, you're at a serious disadvantage, Mr. Hardy, by not having an attorney." Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, you have the right to submit motions. You have the right to a fair trial. You have the right to change your plea at any time before trial. You have the right to appeal any judicial decision.
Yep.
But there's time frames within that. So, they always usually give you like 30 days after to file a order to show cause or appeal or whatever, da, da, da. And in certain laws, like a CPLR 1550, I think you have like a year or so to do that. You know what I mean? After the decision is made. Um, you have the right to a speedy and fair trial by impartial jury, Sixth Amendment. You have the right to waive court transcript costs on the basis of pleading in forma corpus, meaning like, like no money.
Hmm.
Like I'm broke, man. I ain't got no money, man. So, and plus
Yeah.
there is no money. Remember, there is no money. So
Nope.
pursuant to HJR 192, Public Law 7310, all debts is paid for. So you can waive that. You have the right to due process of the law, trial before you are deprived of any liberty, property, or money. Fifth Amendment. You have you have you have the right to due process of the law, trial before you have the right to face the injured party claiming damages, right to face your accuser, Article 3 and Sixth Amendment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I was saying, you have the right to face your accuser. And if your accuser doesn't show up, then you ask for the case to be dismissed due to a lack of injured party.
Yeah.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Or what's called a corpus delicti. You know what I'm saying? Fancy word for injured party. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's another thing. And see, and the thing is too, like I said, remember, we're considered state property. So if, say, like I said, you get into a fight with somebody, right? Y'all don't want to press charges, but the state picks, or say the other person, you beat the person up bad. The other person don't want to press charges, but now the state says, well, the state is picking it up because you damaged our property. That person is our property. You damaged our property. So we're gonna pick this up and we're gonna charge you. So now the state versus so and so. But then at the day of the trial, you can actually be that the person ain't gonna show up. If you know the person ain't gonna show up, you should remain silent through the whole thing. And on the last last point of the trial, when they ask you to take the stand and you say what you need to say, you say, Your Honor, I just ask that this case be dismissed due to a lack of injured party, and then you just be quiet and don't say nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's a good one.
And that's all you gotta say, because there's nobody here to make any to be claiming damages. So therefore, you don't have any claim. Where's the claim? And where's the claimant? The state can't be a claimant, because when the state tries to say, "Oh, well, we're versus you," okay, so then are you the accuser? Can I
Yes.
face you? Then if you're the accuser, then I need to face my accuser. You need to take the stand, state. And when
Yep.
the state tries to take the stand, which they really can't do, they'll probably send somebody up there and they'll say something like, "Oh, I'm so and so. I'm a representative of the state of New York." Wait. You're a representative of? I don't need a representative. I need the actual state to take the stand. Oh, the state is nothing but some paper,
Fiction.
you know what I'm saying, written and filed in the Department of State somewhere or whatever. Oh, that's what the state is. So the state can't physically take the stand for me to face my accuser. So dismiss this case due to lack of injured party.
Yep.
You have the right to face your accuser and witnesses against you. Sixth Amendment. You have the right to inform the jury of the truth, their rights and their duties. First and Sixth Amendment. Yeah, so like they got a whole lot of rights in here, man. All of this, man. Uh, the rights to judge and notice intent, preserve your rights. You have the right to put the judge on notice and inform of your intent to appeal any ruling or decision during the case. You have the right to protest and object if any of your rights or demands are not being met. I'm gonna read that one again. You have the right to protest and object if any of your rights and demands are not being met. Um, you have the right to demand that the court place in evidence any unrevealed contract, statute, law, rule, or information being used against you. Sixth Amendment. You know, so and that's right to full disclosure. Like I was saying, every time the judge was trying to talk about, oh, I can't give you legal advice. I'm not asking for legal advice. I'm asking for full disclosure due to the Sixth Amendment. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That I demand that the court place in evidence any unrevealed contract, statute, law, rule, or information being used against me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have the right to challenge all relevant laws in this trial in term of the intent, interpretation, fairness, enforcement, and whether they serve and protect the people of your state, and a whole lot of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this document is bomb. It got everything. Oh, common equity admiralty. So based on equity, you know what I'm saying? Defense. Oh, here we go. Defense techniques. You know what I
That's
mean?
good.
Winning the game. You win the game by getting the judge or jury, if it gets that far, to dismiss or throw the case out. There is enough truth and strategy within where herein to hang them with the first in your first appearance. But based on your level or skill, preparation, and your personal goals, you may need to go all the way to appeal in order to win. Some masochistic patriots, masochistic, whatever how to pronounce that, patriots are eating this stuff up just to get off the full courtroom experience. Yeah, they just going in there just to get at the judge. Like, yeah, judge, quoting all this fucking shit at them. You know what I mean? Judges be pissed. But alternatively, if you are the prosecutor going after some public official, um, you win the game by getting the judge or jury to find the accused guilty as charged. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they just trying to find any way to find you guilty. That's their job. This is much harder, and so yeah, defense techniques. We do all of that. Da, 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 make sure that you are. You know what you do? I'm gonna send you this document, convert it to a PDF form, and then you can just read it off and just listen to it. Like while you're just chilling around the house, you can just listen to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that. Thank you.
And yeah, this is ill. So man, it's just full of so much stuff, man. I'll be here all night trying to break all this down. Oh, and motion to dismiss the case, motion to declare mistrial, motion to prove jurisdiction, motion for discovery, motion to make evidence, motion to recuse the judge, motion to find the prosecutor in contempt, yeah, which they are a lot of times, motion for fact finding, motion for a trial by jury of 12, motion to subpoena witnesses, motion to refuse the jury for cause because of impartiality or ignorance. Yeah, word. These some ignorant motherfuckers. They don't even know the law, man. Yo, they not even qualified to be a jury, man. You know what I'm saying? Word. Um, motion for continuance, motion for retrial, motion for all that. So they got a whole lot of stuff in there. Anyway, let me bring up that trust information for you because I know you want to grab this.
Okay. My phone.
Sorry, say again.
I'm sorry. I was talking to Colby.
Oh, here's a good one. Trust layout. Public world. Okay, so this is like the public side, and it's like the private side.
Oh, that's cool.
Play this off real fast.
And you know, the certificate of live birth is considered an individual according to Title 5, 301.
It's a person.
Yeah, the person. Yeah.
That's respect. And the scripture says God is not a respecter of persons. Keith had brought that up in a what's called, and I had read into the verse, the surrounding verses around it, and it was talking about a Jewish person consummating with a woman outside of their faith or whatever, and they said that would be like an abomination, would be wrong for them to do. And it said when it came for that time for that person to be judged by God, it said God didn't judge him as a person or an individual; He judged him by the laws of His nation. So God is not a respecter of persons. You are to be judged by your nations. That's why we got to attach the affidavit of the Declaration of Nationality and will and all of that to the individual person to let them know that this is nothing but property that belongs to a nation, that belongs to my family, my nation. You know what I'm saying? So God's not a respecter of persons. Like we ain't just gonna deal with the birth certificate and let you control me as a straw man. Yo, I'm attaching this to my family's estate because it is my family's estate. But like I said, it's just been controlling it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And a trustee. Trust number 1, you were the creator. And a trustee, steward over this trust. First, 100% of your labor energy will not be taxed, and TWO, this is your share of the planet for your learning benefit. You still have to pay your just taxes. Do not use the SSN hash anywhere in this trust. You the living along with hospital birth certificate. DD214 and UCC1 have the right of control.
Right.
Certificate of live birth or naturalization certificate. 123 wire 12345 fictional person Sestwi Trust. John Q. Doe Sestwi Trust passed through the State Department of Commerce share of state stock. You are a shareholder of the state corporation. Certificate of live birth note. Initial minimum value gold backed at $670,000.00 matures after 18 years. Passed through the Federal Department of Commerce share of federal stock. You are a shareholder of the federal corporation.
Right.
Note carryover funds, if not claimed, continue to accrue $$ interest. Broker, West, up to 35 bonds have been written against your certificate of live birth note and deposits the interest due. Also should do the tax filings. Broker, East, deposited your shares of stock and interest and dividends. Also should do the tax filings. DTC, a DTCC. All of our assets are used as collateral and processed through here. The dividends and user fees are then processed back to the two brokers. Seed and company control.
You heard it about that before, the DTC. I forgot what that stands for, the Department of something, but it's supposed to be at 55 Water Street.
Yeah, the Depository Trust Company.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Yeah.
See, you in tune. That's what you know what I mean?
I've been studying a lot. So
Right. See, and that's what I like too, man. Like this is a whole world of information, man. Like, you know what I mean? And like I feel like I'm in college, man, and like you my college buddy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a course for life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like I say, people need to do this for their life. You know what I'm saying? This is like a course that you take to develop your life, estate planning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like, yo, we doing estate planning right now. People get paid thousands of dollars for this stuff right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do for sure.
Accounts in street names for us, so we do not know what our money is being used for.
Mm-hmm.
Your trustee payment for services should be as follows. Transactions need to be covered by 1099, as so that the others pay their just taxes. All expenses are written off as trustee, and trust operating expenses, all accounts, need to be set up under this new EIN hash. Food, housing, heating, cooling, medical, education, transportation, pocket change within reason. IRS tracks who assesses taxes and accounting support. State or federal shares of stock asset side, proxy right to vote. Birth note, stateside under private foundation, trust. Private side Federal Reserve Bank account. Barter your labor.
Right.
$1 labor.
Private side Federal Reserve Bank account. Because right, that's what Keith was talking about. We got to collapse the minor account, which is the public trust, public account, and then open the primary account, which is the Federal Reserve account through the TDA.
Yeah.
And then we'll through that TDA account we'll be able to get the certificate of trust with the Treasury. You know what I'm saying, and create a bond out of the birth certificate. Then you can go to the post office and apply for an irrevocable letter of credit, in which they will take the irrevocable letter of credit, which is all good because it's backed by the Treasury bond, the certificate of trust that you got from the Treasury bond with the birth certificate. And then they will go, they will like kind of be like a promotional salesman or something like that, and go to the bank and get an approval for you to get the funds to do whatever project you're trying to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, what about? I don't know if you was matter of fact, you can watch. I did 2 videos on that. You could watch. We broke it down. Me and Ezel was breaking it down, broke it down the whole thing to him, because everybody talk about this birth certificate and it's worth $1 million and you could just at a third. I'm like, all right, whatever, man. You're gonna get yourself in trouble trying to do all of that fucking shit you didn't heard. Oh yeah, send it to Puerto Rico and do this and that and da da da, and then you get the treasurer and everything. All right, okay, I hear you. Do what you do. But
yeah, that's why I was
one person that's been successful with that. But
that's why I was wondering about the non-UCC. I kind of feel like I shouldn't have done that and made that bond. You know, I don't know.
Well, like I was saying about the non-UCC being that it's a non-UCC, it's supposed to be like not under their jurisdiction or under their code, but using the same process type thing. So it's like you made a security bond, but as an individual. And the thing is that if you made it as an individual in the straw man, like that's what I'm saying too. We gotta get new names. We have to create a new name for ourselves. That's created a new identity, also called the alter ego. And the alter ego doctrine, if you know about the alter ego doctrine, it's really about how that's the way how you pierce the corporate veil. You know what I mean? In other words, meaning they've been trying to use that corporate straw man as a veil to keep you blind to your estate. But now when you create your alter ego and you can act as that in commerce and everything, like a DBA is like another example of an alter ego. Now you're piercing the corporate veil because now you're taking control of that straw man and you can do business as that straw man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And my intent was to show them like back off. Like we're showing that's the intent of the non-UCC was to claim beneficial ownership, you know, that this is my estate.
Right. But here we go again, and I know you ain't gonna want to hear this. But the thing about the DBA is that the DBA is within the jurisdiction of the state. You know what I'm saying? Or the county that you might be in. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, you know, because it's like you have to say the state or county you're doing business within. So it's limited to that jurisdiction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But see, that's what I was mine's in Minnesota because they do it to form, you know. Okay. So the name is in the jurisdiction of Minnesota. But I was thinking once I got the will, then it wouldn't be that way. Like my will would trump the jurisdiction of Minnesota is what I was thinking, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
I mean, well, like I said, once you add that certificate of international will to it, then it will definitely do that.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna finish playing this here.
Okay.
Dollar equals 10 Federal Reserve dollars. This bank can loan out your funds for whatever. After bartering, 90% of your energy value will be stored here, but you can gain access to it when you need it. Tax is paid by these 2 accounts under the certificate of live birth person's name.
They're gonna borrow out 90% of your shit, but you can borrow from it when you need it. Like, you know what I'm saying? how Debo said, that's when Red, he was trying to have equal consideration. Like, you know, it's just like it's both our bike. You know what I'm saying? They just keep it down at my house. He's like, what? That's my bike, huh? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what the bank is doing to us. It's like, what? That's my money, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to use it, you can come down to my house and get it, okay? If you need to use it. Like, yo, but it's my bike. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they treating us like Red. They like Debo, and they treating us like Red. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. I mean, they got us ready to cry in the car and shit. Like, damn, man, fuck, man, Debo me on my account and shit. The banksters, you know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They Deboing niggas on their account. But anyway, pardon me.
We have to verify that is done. Public. Private world. OWN nothing, but control it.
All
World.
did that finish?
The beneficiaries, state and federal corporations,
All
have
right.
benefited far beyond the initial requirements of the max 25 years of the SESTWIQ Trust Setup Agreement. The beneficiaries can be terminated, and the trust can be transferred a different trust.
Word, they said 25 years. I thought it was for 65 years because 65 years is when when they give you a Social Security. That's when
Yeah.
that's when they're supposed to have released off the Social Security. That's when it's supposed to have collapsed or matured or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I thought I thought they collapsed it at 70 years. That's why they give you the. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. Right, and they moved it up too now. It's like at 72 now or 70 now. Like really? God damn!
So crazy.
Come on, get your shit. Like they want you to basically die before you get that shit. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And you know when you die, they collect everything. So
Right,
they're
right.
making more money off of you when you're dead than when you're alive.
Yo, people should protest that shit, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, we ain't never gonna get our goddamn shit all we work for all our life. We can't get nothing back. You want me to die so you can take it all?
Yep.
Damn.
Hey, I'm gonna go check on him really fast.
All right. Yeah. So this is crazy though. Let me play this for y'all while she goes.
Trust. This is done by setting up a private express trust. You also are to obtain full ownership of your earthly body after the age of 25 and are now classified as a full de jure state citizen, not under the statutory laws. You are now a free man and woman on the land. All this by their own laws. Big taxes are paid for IRS forms and filed with the feds, and the state from the broker overseeing funds transferred from DTC could be Form 4720 or 5227s. All private foundation taxing accounts are in Ogden UT. You need to obtain a new EIN, hashed by an IRS SS4 form. Then set up the correct bank account under the Certificate of Live Birth Person, example John Q. Doe. Do not use the SSN, hash, or strawman name. The number on the back of the Social Security card is not tied to the Social Security Trust. It is the Certificate of Live Birth Person Trust's account hash and can be accessed through the FRB routing system. You, the living, are the creator or trustee. Start acting like one. The beneficiaries, state or feds, have operated. Everything under fraud and deception. You can deposit your energy into the system, but you need to do the 1099 or 1099 BS for proper accounting. Only thing you need to send to the IRS is the 1099 as and 1099 BS NO taxes by you if you ensure the two brokers are doing their jobs. Trust number 2 the feds created and are also the trustees of the Social Security Trust. Settlor or grantor with initial funding from the Certificate of Live Birth Trust approved by you while underage you. The living are a subfunder into the account and the beneficiary after 62/65 if you make it.
Right.
Need a protector.
62.
State District Chief Judge can be appointed by the settlor, you as the main trustee. Wake up. This is not a benefit. Whatever it is, it appears to me to be pure fraud and deception.
Word.
100%, 90%. 10%. You labor iron 10% out to use. People
That's that
are in prison
10%.
because of the total misunderstanding of when they are the beneficiary and when they are the trustee. Also, they are trying to operate a system without reading the instructions. then in turn use the wrong trust for the wrong purpose. Social Security Trust Corporation, EIN, hash bank accounts 12-3456789 state, the federal taxing area TIN, hash 123456789. Social Security Trust Fund SSN, hash 123-45-6789. 1 into 3. This is the fictional dream. You do not need it.
So it said the Social Security Trust Corporation EIN. They put the first two letters, then a dash. The state federal do the no dashes, and then Social Security do the dashes. Okay.
And actually, there's one of them is the back number, and you add a 0 to it, and you change the letter to the number. What I don't know exactly which one it is.
Right. Like numerics. Like G would be 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
J would be 10, or J would be maybe 0. Well, if it's higher than well, it probably wouldn't go higher than 12. L, because that's the 12 Federal Reserve banks. So.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why you put a 0, and if it's a G, it's gonna be 7. So but yeah.
Because you know, routing numbers are public information as well. That's why you're able to do that thing with the Amazon accounts and all that, right?
Oh yeah, that's what started me on it like 6 years ago. We learned about it. My friend called me up and was like, "Hey, you might not believe me, but I have a feeling about you that," because she wouldn't tell anybody else. And she was like, "Your social security number is account," and I was like, "What?" And then I went to Amazon and I got a book from Amazon, and then we just like, yeah, they sent me a book. It was like $12, and so then we did a big number, like $20,000, and it was gonna go through, but the next day they canceled the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. They're like, yo, they wilding out. They doing too much.
I know.
But
I was like, I couldn't believe this shit. Yeah. We paid off all the credit cards, which we only had one at the time, and we paid our water bill with it. Okay. And everything went through for like 10 days, and then they came back and reversed everything.
Right.
But I called them. I called the ACH.
Yeah,
and
I say that ACH, right?
I called them and I said, "Hey, why was this returned? It shows that it's already paid." And they
said that you can't have access to that account. And
no, they didn't tell me that. Get this. They said on our end it's showing it's paid and it never was reversed.
But they will dip you though and get you to pay.
Yeah, no,
so,
yeah.
You know who it is? So I'm sorry. So that's actually the company trying to get paid. Like they committing fraud now. They trying to come afterwards and trying to collect funds and knowing that it's already been paid.
Yep. So I had confirmation from them that it was actually taking out of the account. So I had all the federal, like all the routing numbers and everything right for our accounts. It's just we didn't have it unlocked yet with the Treasury, and I still don't have it unlocked, but. I stopped wanting to look at the money wise when I realized what was going on, and I wanted to know like the knowledge of why, what.
Yo, peep this. What I just realized. I'm sorry to cut you off. Prime, okay. Amazon Prime, right? The primary account. Pete, right? I just noticed they just gave me my. You know how you get your Amazon Prime benefits?
Yeah.
On Amazon, like I've been using it for a while. So basically, like without the Prime, I was able, they would show me those alternate payment methods where they got the Federal Reserve accounts and you can see them up there. And in the Fed, it says Fed Res, bank or whatever, and it ends in an 81. I know that's my last two social numbers. So I'm like, yeah, that's me right there. And it also might have been but anyway, so when you start getting, but now in the Prime account, when I use my Prime benefits, I can't use those accounts. But I'm doing the knowledge though. Prime is the root word of primary. So the Prime accounts, they're just giving you some benefits from your primary account. That's why it's called Amazon Prime.
Wow.
So wow, you know what I'm saying? Word is bond, and then like you get like free shipping and stuff like that, and you know that because the Federal Reserve is going through the UPU or the Postal Service and all that, so you're getting free postage now, free uh mailing, and yo, see all of this shit is connected, yo, all of this shit is connected.
It's crazy, huh? Yeah, Colt, my husband did it for PayPal, and it was going to go through, and then PayPal stopped his account. Like they froze his account and said, "We need you to send us a copy of your identity and your social security number."
Wow. And you
And
know
we
what?
were like,
You know what
"Oh,
though? You know what though? You know what though? You might think like, oh, I might get in trouble, but no, they just maybe need that so they could process the what they want.
see, I didn't even think of that." So they closed the whole account down until we were going to show them proof.
Yeah,
And
right.
now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh, we should have just showed them proof.
Yeah. Yeah, because yo, the whole thing is like, yo, nobody can get in trouble from the shit. Because I already thought about it, I figured it out. Listen, if they have accounts on their site in our name and they're denying us access to it, that means that's identity theft. They
That's right.
are committing identity theft. So you could never try to charge me or blame me for trying to get access to something I've seen in my name. I said, oh shit, that's my name right there. It's an account. Like, yo, I need access to that, and I'm trying to figure out how. So you can't try to say, oh, you are online, and we detected you. You went on this, and you try to finagle and try to. Okay, and blame Amazon for that. Why do they even have it possible on their website that you could punch in these buttons and make that happen? Tell them to shut down their system or rearrange their system to where people can't do that. If it's illegal, you know what I'm saying? So it's not illegal, but it's just that
a lot of people argue though that it's not our name. It's the name that is on the certificate. You know what I'm saying? But I copyrighted that name anyway.
Right. And the thing is that, like I said, that name is on your birth certificate. And if they want you to be liable for something, then okay, then it's mine by liability. Maybe not by asset because I haven't transferred into the private account yet, but it's mine by liability. So if you want to hold me liable to it, then goddamn it, it's me. What the fuck? You can't say what I'm doing. I'm doing whatever I do with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So all that identity thefters. You know what I'm saying? If I contact the Bureau of Fiscal Services on your ass, goddamn it.
Right.
Identity theft in my account. They can never try to blame me with something. I got ammo for their ass. Like let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. You want to expose the fraud? Let's expose the fraud. You want to go there? Okay, we can go there. Don't y'all ever try to blame me or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway.
10%.
The 10%.
You'll leave the iron 10% out to use. People are in prison because of the total misunderstanding of when they are the beneficiary and when they are the trustee.
Right.
Also, they are trying to operate a system without reading the instructions. Then in turn use the wrong trust for the wrong purpose.
Right. You heard that? People be trying to create these bonds. Oh, they take the birth certificate. Yeah, I got a bond. It's a bond now. I could use this to discharge a debt, and I can do that. Okay, so you think you better follow the right process, man. You gonna find
well, see, I sent a birth certificate to the judge, and I said, I'm granting you special deposit of this name because it is an obligation of the United States. And if this court is an obligation of the United States and you want the debtor, you want the defendant, you want the person, here it is. You know what I mean? And that was my intent of it. And he just kept the birth certificate.
Did he discuss it?
No, it's still going.
So what it is, the thing is that you were supposed to attach the affidavit of intent to the birth certificate.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So that way you would know the intent for what he was supposed to do with it. Like for example, let me show you this.
I hand wrote him a letter of saying that this is not a proof of identity for me. This is for an obligation for you to discharge, you know? But someone said I have to write him a letter 3 times, the notice of deposit of the name, but I don't know.
3 times, right? I mean, you know, if so 3 times, then that would be through notable protest. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
Again.
I'll be back.
Bloody hell.
Oh, come on, man. That computer moving all slow. Oh. Oh, sorry, I'm waiting for this shit to load up. Minnesota Rule 220. See, the thing about the Minnesota Rule 220 though is that it's a like a public document. You know, what I'm saying? It's like it's something on a so and basically what it's stating that like you're making a claim on the outstanding certificate of title, which is the birth certificate. Being that you're like past 21 years of age, and that certificate is outstanding, and basically you're making a claim on it to now bring it into to now to say that you shall be treated as such, the same as the what's on the certificate. You know what I'm saying? The state. And I got like the instructions for the judge. You know what I'm saying? Like basically letting them know like what I want you to do with this instrument. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, oh, did you get a DBA?
I have one, but I never like filed it because I was like, you know, it's like kind of, you know, like I was saying about the jurisdiction of the state and all that. So I never like filed it, but I have one drawn up though. I have. Oh, repeat this right here too. This is a counterclaim, a certificate counterclaim on the birth certificate, private affidavit certificate.
Well, my husband made us dinner, and he wants me to come eat
Yes,
with him.
yes. That's what I'm saying. So we could pick up tomorrow. You know, if anything, or later if you cool, you can hit me up if anything. But if tomorrow's cool as well.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
You have a good
All right.
night. I'll see you soon.
You too. Peace. Peace. All right, so yeah, so we'll pick up tomorrow, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure y'all got a wealth of information tonight. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I'm gonna put some things together that could maybe help her with her thing as well because you know she has a lot to do and she has some meetings she's trying to get to soon and get this stuff all together. So anyway, yo, I'll see y'all in the next session, y'all. You know what I mean? Peace, 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 peace.